The graph is more the practical conclusion of a philosophical argument that I make regarding the validity of embellishing your resume, colloquially called lying on your resume. I don't like calling it lying on your resume because I don't believe you're lying. If I thought that embellish was the same as lying, I could not condone it, or I do not condone lying. The philosophical argument that I make is that a lie is a particular kind of misrepresentation of reality. But not all misrepresentations of reality are lies. So when is it a lie? It's a lie when the other person, your interlocutor, is owed the thing that they're asking for you to say, and you don't say it, you say something that's not true. That is when you're lying. If the person is not owed that particular truth, think about it in day-to-day life. You are walking down the street and there's a stranger or a casual acquaintance. So let's say that this stranger, this acquaintance, this casual acquaintance asks you, how are things? And things are not fine, right? Like you're going through something, whatever. Is it lying if you just tell him like, yeah, everything's good. Thanks for asking, man. Like, see you later. We would not consider that as a lie just because you didn't explain your entire situation. This casual acquaintance, this unknown person is not owed the full account of your life just because they asked for it. So with that in mind, when it comes to resumes, some embellishment is not lying because a lot of times employers feel entitled to know a bunch of irrelevant stuff. And not only do they have all these entitlements that they're not owed, they also invalidate valid responses or valid explanations, so they just summarily dismiss it. And I'm sure everybody here has had some experience interacting with employers that way. But basically, not every embellishment on your resume is a lie, because if you embellish it for a job that you can do, that you can perform at, that you know you can do it, but you just simply embellish your resume so that you do not get dismissed immediately, and then imagine like you get the job and you're able to work it and you're able to perform at it, then you did not lie. You correctly answered the question the employer was asking, can you do the job? You answered yes, you got the job, and then you did the job. Hey, Rolf here. If you found the content of this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow and get the word out to more people about job stacking. Thanks. So remember that the philosophical argument I'm making is not utilitarian. The foundational argument of why it's okay to embellish your resume is philosophical, that you are not lying, that some embellishment is not necessarily lying, misrepresentation is not necessarily lying. If there is an extra step there, which is what the other is owed. So this is more about the implementation. It's kind of creating a heuristic of when it's okay to embellish your resume based on damage to others or damage to yourself. So this is damage to self and this is damage to others. You are providing value to others. The more you move to the right on the x-axis, the far left you are, the more you're hurting other people. Here, you're actually not hurting them. You're providing value. Here, you're hurting them. And on the y-axis, we have damage to self. If you come off as an expert, you're not damaging your reputation. There's no damage being done. If you come up like a moron, then yeah, you're damaging yourself, okay? So basically, if you're here, you probably don't need embellishment at all because you probably are an expert. It's very hard to fake being an expert. So if you already are an expert, you don't need embellishment of your resume. The embellishment happens here. This is where the fun begins of like when it's okay, when it's not okay. I say here that it's totally fine to embellish your resume if there's very little risk of you appearing as a fool and you will provide value to others. You're going to be able to actually perform at the job, so you're actually going to be providing value to others. In this case, it's like you can embellish, you could do it, but you're probably going to hurt others, so you probably shouldn't do it. And then below, now you're actually risking damaging your reputation, coming up as a little bit stupid. If you're here, we're like close to the axis, close to like being neutral about it, you should still go for it. Further down below, the more that you're going to risk making a fool of yourself, the more likely it is that you are going to hurt yourself. Maybe you should still, maybe it's worth a try, but maybe you want to think about it. Here, as long as you're not hurting anybody, it's probably okay, and it's just a matter here of your own personal risk. If you don't mind looking like an idiot so you can learn how to interview for a position because you know you want to do it, you can do it, then yeah, go for it. Here, you're not gonna hurt yourself, but you're gonna hurt others. So basically means that you can embellish your resume, but shouldn't. And here, this quadrant, where it's like you're gonna hurt yourself and you're gonna hurt others, and what's even the point? Don't even try, there's nothing to gain here. It's all loss. All right, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.